What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here. So today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. It's not going to be a knife like I normally bring. It's going to be actually like a tactical tomahawk or a hatchet or however you want to call it. This bad boy right here. So I'm going to go over real quick the specs of it, and then we're going to go on to the next scene. You'll see the actual blade. I thought I pushed play and got all the clips in. And the very opening one, I didn't hit play, I guess. So I guess I pushed start when I was done. So it only got like me walking away from the clip, not actually doing the opening scene. So I'm kind of doing this bass backwards to make it work, right? To give you just a quick rundown of it. So this you can get on AliExpress or I believe Temu, one of the two. I forget which one it is. I'll leave the description below. You have overall length of 16 inches. You have a handle length of 6 inches. You have a blade or cutting edge of 6.5 inches, and you have a 1/4 inch thick. And this just calls out high carbon steel. So it doesn't really give a steel type. Not too bad. It is full tang, comes all the way to this screw here, around here. On just hidden full tang underneath this rubber grommet, rubber handle type. It's like rubber plastic type thing. It's kind of hard, but it feels almost like a rubber texture. It's kind of weird. It does have some jimping up here. Not too bad, not too bad. Place to put your hand up here to choke up, and the sheath itself is a little bit on the chintzy side, a little bit cheap. You could tell here. It's real leather, but it's cheaper leather. So this is a little bit cheaper than the last ones I got. It kind of looks similar to the other two though. So put it through the paces, and I'll show you guys right here what happens. Let's check the balance of this thing. I'm gonna do some 4-foot drops and some hard downward throws, since it does have a point at the end here, and we're gonna see how it feels in hand, if anything comes loose, and if the tip bends. It's not super thick tip. It's kind of a slender tip, so we'll see if the heat treat is good on this. We'll go from there. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. Drops really well. Yeah. All right, let's do a hard downward throw. Boom. Yeah, man, that thing sticks in good. That tip, not too bad. Bam. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's check it out. Everything's on there nice and tight. The tip looks good. Good to go. Let's start with the hose cut. So I forgot to mention this thing did come razor sharp out of the box. So this sucker is like a razor blade. Let's see here. Let's cut this hose here. It's kind of awkward to hold it and do this with the end of the handle here, but it's doing it. Actually, it did it. It done did the deed. Let's check the serrations here. I'm just gonna try. Gotta be careful not to slice your hand on this part here when you're doing this, but I mean, it's doing it, but definitely the razor side is easier. But check it out. Check it out, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. The serrations do work. They do work. It does take a little more effort, but it does work. Yeah, now let's check. Chopping is what this thing is meant, man. It's meant to be a freaking zombie head lopper offer, and we're gonna do some chopping with. All right, let's do a penetration test. I like doing this to see how the grind is and how far it sinks in and how much power you have behind the punch here, or I should say the thrust, right? But oh, yeah, that's pretty deep right there. Let's try that again. Man, that's some good penetration there. Oh yeah, not bad. At the old dead hard plum tree here, let's give it some wax, man, and see how this thing chops. I'm gonna chop at this, and I'm just gonna just testing it, you know. It does come down with authority. Ooh. Oh, yeah. This thing is meant to be a chopper. See that? Press that edge out a little bit. And it does. See it removing those chunks there? Look at that. Bam! Just removing material. Bam! All right. Let's take a look at that edge. Nope, I don't see any warping. Damn, still sharp. Gotta be careful. Yep, no warping, no folding. And let's give it some hard ones here. Yeah, get some. Yeah. No issues. Still sharp as hell. All right, let's do some chopping now. Let's see, chop through some some tinder making for the bonfire, for the fire pit. Man, let's get another one like this. This is what it was meant for, man. Yeah. Yeah, just a great chopper. Look at that. Let's see here. Bam! In twain, son. All right, a little bit of feather in here. See how it does now. This is sharper here, so I don't put my hand there, but I'll put it back here like this. And again, it's not really meant for this, right? You're gonna want to take a little knife with you somewhere if you're gonna be out camping, but can you do it? We'll find out. Yeah, it is a little rough on the hand. I'll admit that right here. This hot spot right there, man. This sharp angle, man. You could probably light a ferro rod off of this. You can see there, but I mean, wear gloves, and it probably wouldn't be that much of a challenge. But you can. You can see there, it's making little curls. I mean, you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend getting a little knife and doing it, but, or just doing that. Little shavings. Right there, look at that. Something like that. I mean, there you go. Got your fire starter right there doing that, boy. Let me tell you what. Boom. Okay, so far so good. Let's give it a throw at the log here and see how it handles it. See if anything bends or anything breaks. Oh, damn. That'll test it out. That'll test it out. Oh, I think I knocked the handle loose. You have here? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of rattle now. So just retighten these. That's one thing that's a good thing about this. They're not pins, they're screws. So just tighten them back down. But the blade looked like it took no damage. Let's try that again. Gotta get the heat. I'm used to throwing knives, not used to throwing these tomahawks. Again. Let's try that again. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. Now that's what I was looking to do. Boom. And that's in there deep too. Okay, let's try that again. All right. Let's see here. I'll try to do a spin. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Tomahawk throw, right? Might as well put a spin on it if we're gonna do it that way, right? So let's try it again. Boom. Tomahawk throw. One more time. Is it frame? Yeah, there we go. Oh, bounced off. Let's try to do it. I'll try to do it by the, it's kind of hard because it has those serrations. So I personally don't like this. I wouldn't want this on my Tomahawk. I would take, you know, I'd rather have it flat all the way out like that. Or if you do it, just round it so it's soft. But I'm going to try to throw it like this by the, do like a half spin. See how it does. Oh, overspin. One more time, one more time. All right, let's try it again. Oh, it's real awkward, really awkward to throw like that anyways. I mean, to throw it like a Tomahawk, not too bad, but to throw it like a knife, it's looking to be very difficult. Oh, all right, well, it's not gonna stick like that. I'm gonna try just another Tomahawk style spin here. Boom. Stuck way at the top. Not too bad, not too bad. Stick to the normal Tomahawk spin, half spin or full spin. Okay, I almost have no wood to baton through, but you know what? I do have this one here. I mean, again, it's not really meant for something like this, but you know what the hell? I gotta test it out, right, guys? Gotta test it out for you. See how it does. That tip is pretty thin, so I gotta be careful with that. I mean, it's cracking it, dude. Look at that. Cracking through it. Hear it cracking. I mean, one good thing about an axe, blah, 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 is what I'm trying to say. That crackling is when you got an axe like this, you could always do this. And since it's an axe, use it as an axe, right? Bam. Right through that knot. Look at that. Fat knot. Look at that. Bam. Right through that knot. Okay, let's see. Any warping, chipping, folding? No, I don't feel any warps. I don't feel any waves, any wiggles. No. Stayed fairly sharp. Okay, that concludes my review of this Tomahawk from AliExpress. You know what? Yeah, I think it was AliExpress. I was gonna say I'll put the description to where I got it down below. I think it might have been Temu actually. Temu might have been. I get confused sometimes. I buy them here and there, but one of those two. It's only I either bought it Temu or AliExpress. Again, I'll put the link in the description if you want one. My final thoughts and recommendation. I give it a C minus. I don't give it not like all the other ones I tested from AliExpress and from Temu that were like A pluses in my opinion. They were held up great heat treat, just awesome knives. I mean, felt good, did everything. I don't know if it's just, I mean, maybe I'm biased because they're knives or I know how to use knives. Maybe it's a little bit of my skill set. I use knives all the damn time, every single day. I pretty much use knives. I don't ever use tomahawks, hatchets, or, you know, I use an actual axe to break up big ass logs, but I don't use things like this. Or, well, this one part's definitely not me. It's going to be the knife. So I got to tell you, the part that was disappointing, I'll say so far, everything held up good. So there is this. I don't know if you guys hear listening. Is it coming in? The handle came loose, right? So handle came loose, but no big deal. You just retighten these screws and you'll get it back to nice and tight. No warping at all on the blade. So this again is good. But the part that I didn't like is just for aesthetics, is not aesthetics, but as far as functionality, is this saw teeth here. It's kind of useless. Just totally a gimmick in my opinion. I mean, you can't really saw too much. You saw with the water hose, you get through that, but a branch, you won't be able to go through a branch. It can take you forever. Just better just chop it off, or use some under the tool. It gets in the way when you're trying to get close up here. You can't put your thumb up here. This part here is pointy as hell, so you can't put your meat of your hand right here. So it's gonna, if you're trying to choke up work, if you're using this strictly as an axe, just as a tomahawk or to chop stuff, I would say it's okay. You can, I mean, use it for that. The part that's very disappointing is the heat treat on the tip. So just from that little bit of throwing I did, I didn't even notice till right now. So I was cleaning it off. I was like, oh shit, the tip, it freaking bent. So you guys see there? You guys picking it up in the camera? Let's see if it's getting it in. But the tip freaking bent over. It's going this way now. You guys can see that, right? Yeah, it's leaning this way. The tip bent over. Now it's not a deal breaker. It didn't break off. It bent a little bit. So the heat treat's soft. It's soft. It's not hardened at the tip. So you do got a slight wave and bent at the tip just from throwing it. So over time, if you threw this a lot, I'm pretty sure that tip would either bust off or it's going to fold all the way over and have issues. You're going to have issues with it. So for that, that's why I give it a C. Because it's not total junk. I wouldn't call it total junk, but it is definitely an issue. Definitely an issue that I don't like, you know. And the sheath, this thing is pretty chintzy. The leather on this that's weird because the other ones, maybe they're different manufacturers, and I think it's the same, but they just kind of copy each other or something. And obviously quality don't copy, but they copy the same type of look. But thin leather. Smells good, brother. Yeah, it smells like real leather. It smells like leather. It doesn't smell like pleather. So it might be really just thin, cheap leather. It's okay, but nothing wow that I would recommend. This again, like I said, for under 20 bucks, yeah, this one is probably around that price. You know, you're not gonna smoke it. Some of the other ones I feel like they're 20 bucks, but they feel like $100 knives. They feel awesome. The heat treat's perfect. The tips are strong and thick and robust. They stay nice and sharp. This one again stayed fairly sharp. There's no waves or waves. It didn't warp. So the heat, I think heat treat in here is probably great. I think along the edge it's good. It's just the tips that they must have either overcooked it and made it weak, but that'd make it brittle too. It'd probably break off if it was weak. But I don't know. Either they did that or it's just soft. It's just soft up here. They didn't get the heat treat right up here, and it's folded over. So for that, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I can recommend this one. Again, I mean, you're getting it for 20 bucks. You know, if you got it for 100, I would say no. Don't get it. It's anything above 50. It's a waste of money. But for I want to say it was like $17 or $18 for that. It is what it is. You know, probably could be hit and miss because of that, because it's 20 bucks. This is the first one I've gotten. First one. And it's not a knife. It's a throwing tomahawk type thing. Tactical tomahawk. First one that I had issue with heat treat. All the rest have been spot on, been badass. But again, you know, it is what it is. You know, what can you do? Yeah, so it's up to you guys if you wanna purchase one or not. You saw my review, held up to everything else fairly well. The chopping, I did a pretty hard chopping, pretty heavy chopping, and no issues there. It's just the tip, just that tip folded up a little bit. So that's up to you if you want to get it or not. All right, guys, please like, subscribe, share, and until next knife, gun, hatchet, tomahawk, or whatever.